Hey everybody, welcome back to the Raw Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But before we get started, y'all already know, go down in these settings, just look around, find that subscribe button and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too so you know when I upload or when I just want to pop in, and give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. Whew, like I said, it has been cutting up here lately. Also, right about here, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting my little channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I will be so grateful, so thankful, just over the moon appreciative for that support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation to the channel, our super thanks button is right over there, and all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all. I have a shout out and I have an announcement. I do. Our shout out goes to Angel Earth 1977. Angel Earth, ah, Angel Earth is just such a great supporter of this channel. She comes through so often to support, and I'm so appreciative of her support. And thank you, Angel Earth, for your super thanks. Also, our announcement is that we have a new channel member. We do. I am telling you, I am so happy to announce that Catherine Malagan is our new channel member. She is. Oh, Catherine, I am so thrilled, so happy, so over the moon when I saw your name. I was like, oh, not a new channel member. I love for our tribe to grow. Every time we get a new subscriber or a new channel member, I am so thrilled. I am so thrilled. I am so happy to have Catherine as a part of the reading club. And now, Catherine, now that you are a part of the reading club, you can go right over to the community page, and over there is your official welcome to the reading club. And I want everybody who has the opportunity to go over to the community page and welcome Catherine to our reading club, because we are so happy to have her. We're so thrilled to have her. We are over the moon to have her as a part of the reading club. Our tribe is growing, and I am so thrilled, so happy about it. The more the merrier. All right, y'all. With all that said, it's time for the reading. Y'all already know when I am putting the read together, I do one thing, and that is I hit these internet streets. And that's exactly what I did. I was up, down, all around these internet streets. I was over to Blue Sky. I was over to TikTok. And let me tell you what, those TikTok squatties over there, they are doing God's work. Let me tell you, all of the toadies, all of the ugly old hags that absolutely come to the front and feel like they somehow have the right and the freedom to post any kind of old nonsense, any kind of old grimy post about our faves. They are being met with that same energy on TikTok. I'm telling you, it is people over there answering them back, duetting all they nonsense posts, and absolutely letting them know what they need to know. If you know what I mean, they are not holding back. I'm telling you, I have been so happy to see it. I absolutely claimed that 2025 was going to be the year of the pushback. And that is exactly what it is turning out to be. I remember when us squatties, us supporters of Harry and Meghan, would absolutely sit on the high ground and just say to ourselves, why do these people do this? Why do they continue to do this? Well, we're not doing that anymore. we're absolutely jumping from the high ground and meeting them where they're at on the low ground. We are taking the low road right there with them. When they come down the low road, we are there to meet them, and I love it. And then I made my way to Instagram, and of course, the squads on Instagram, it's kind of all over the place, but they're talking about a whole lot of stuff. And so I made my way over to X, formerly known as Twitter, and the squatties over there, they dragging everybody. Y'all know on X, you get drugged. You bring some nonsense to the front, they're gonna drag you on edge. It's just a whole lot of stuff. And that is the way my podcast is gonna be today. We're gonna also pick up on our series that, we're going through the 5 years of Harry and Meghan's departure from Salt Island over there. And so we're gonna go through that. And what else are we gonna talk about? Just a whole lot of stuff. So I'm gonna put this up. And this is a post that people made on X, formerly known as Twitter. And it's about an article they wrote about how Harry and Meghan responded to the wildfires that are just ravishing Southern California. And a lot of celebrities have lost their home in these fires. And so Harry and Meghan made a post about it. And of course, if they sneeze good or if they cough, people is going to write an article. And like I said, I'm not complaining about it because people has been my go-to source, because one thing I can depend on, and that is people writing about anything and everything Harry and Meghan. So no complaints here, but let's read what they posted and then we'll discuss. It says, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry speak out on Los Angeles fires, encourage relief efforts. And basically, that is, I'm not even going to go into the article, but I'm going to read this little part that somebody posted about it. And it says, thanks, Chef Jose Andre, for providing meals to first responders and victims of these devastating California fires. Here is a list of additional organizations and resources where you can donate, volunteer, and engage. And so they gave all these different organizations. This is straight off of, I think, Sussex.com. And this is so typical Harry and Meghan, not just posting or responding to something, actually trying to do something to help. And as you can see, Archwell is in full effect and helping with, Chef Jose Andre to provide meals for the first responders. And yeah, this is typical Harry and Meghan. But yet and still, they always want to talk about Harry and Meghan is not doing anything. Archwell is always out there helping. That's all I'm saying. And it's a lot of other organizations that are doing the same. Yes. Also, I want to put this up next. And this is a picture of the National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. They had the official funeral for President Jimmy Carter today. All the former presidents was there. A lot of dignitaries were there. And a representative from the royal family was there. And so I went looking and I found this article right here. And this is what the Mirror said about who was going to represent the royal family at President Jimmy Carter's funeral. And it says one of Prince Harry's close relatives headed to the U.S., sparking talks of a reunion. I kid you not. Nothing about who it is, nothing about what they're going there for. All about Harry. It's always all about Harry. Didn't even say who the person was, and trying to get you to engage and read the article. And it goes on to say Prince Harry has been estranged from the royal family. And then they go into that. And then they said Prince Harry's close relative is set to visit the United States this week, sparking speculations about potential reunion. And they know good and sound well that's not going to happen. And the person they're talking about is Edward. Prince Edward is representing the royal family at Jimmy Carter's funeral. And my whole thing is, what does William do? When Charles was the Prince of Wales, this is what he would do. He would go to the funerals of dignitaries. He would be there representing the royal family. William does not do any of that. Only time he's representing the royal family is at some kind of football match, men's football, because he definitely doesn't go to the women ones. And that's it for William. He is such a sorry representative for that family. And if we think that Charles is a hot, steaming pile of a mess, wait till William put that hat on. He is going to be even worse. How can you be a bad Prince of Wales? He is literally a horrible Prince of Wales. Charles absolutely showed up at everything. But I think, and this is my thoughts, and then I'm going to move on, is that Charles had respect for his mother. And when they told him to go and do, he would go and do. But William had no kind of respect for his father, show him no deference. And so if he don't want to do something, he doesn't do it. And what do? They absolutely put that work on Sophie and Edward. And that is the reason why they were so butthurt and mad with Harry, because Harry left and went with Meghan. They wanted Meghan to go, but they wanted Harry to stick around to be the workhorse of that family. Because you best believe, if Harry was still a working member of that family, he would have been in the National Cathedral today at that funeral, not Edward. Absolutely. They would have worked Harry like a slave and kept him in poverty, because basically that's what they were doing before Meghan showed up, and using him as a way to get publicity, because they are not stupid. They knew who had to shine, but they just wanted to control the person who had to shine. And they knew they didn't have any kind of chance when it came to Meghan controlling her. But Harry, they thought they could absolutely control him and just work him into the ground. But yeah, look at what the Mirror put up. Did not even say Edward's name or anything like that, tying it all to Harry. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. And today is Kitty Cat's 43rd birthday. And of course, I think it's the Telegraph did this write up about her. They kind of kept it low key. And my whole thing is, it's so low key that nobody really don't even know about it. And it is not that many people talking about it. My timeline is very scarce when it comes to posts about Kitty Cat's 43rd birthday. It is as if nobody cares. But I found this article, and Kaiser had wrote it, and y'all know how Kaiser writes. She writes a article about an article, and she's writing about the article in the Telegraph. It's talking about Kate's 43rd birthday, and the name of the article is Princess Kate 43 Birthday Portrait Shows a Woman Unafraid of Facing Her Age. Well, she can be unafraid of it if she wants to, but we saw them uncut, unfiltered, unphotoshopped pictures of her recently, and she should be very afraid because her face is just about on the floor. I'm just saying. But yeah, and then they posted this portrait of her that was highly edited. It absolutely was. It was some wrinkles and some bumps and all that taken out of this picture, and they did it in black and white. And we all know that, black and white pictures are very, very forgiving if you edit them right. And this is, like I said, highly edited. And so says um, Kaiser in this particular article. But let's get into it just a little bit. We're not going to do much because we all know that nobody cares. I don't care. Y'all don't care. And the world don't care. But we're going to absolutely acknowledge it just a little bit because, might as well. And it says the Kensington Palace social media account posted this new portrait of the Princess of Wales on her 43rd birthday today. We didn't get a new birthday portrait last year, correct? Let me check. No, we didn't. That's what Kaiser is saying. We didn't get a new picture last year. We got one today, and it's they're not saying William took it, they saying he posted it. And he just made talking about she was the best wife and what she had went through. And I'm not even going to get into what he said. And pretty much, well, I'll just read a little bit of it. It says, the most incredible wife and mother, the strength you have shown over the last year, I guess, with precancerous cells. Whew, that was tough, getting a DNC or a hysterectomy, whatever. And it says, but I digress. But it says, the strength that you've shown over the last year has been remarkable. George, Charlotte, Lewis, and I are proud of you. Happy birthday, Catherine. We love you, W. And that's something what he said, and he posted this picture. And like I said, black and white is very forgiving. That's all I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna put this up, and this happened. Liz Jones again. We all know the one that looks like she steals babies in her part-time work. You know that kind. Ooh, that the real scary one that works over there to the fair. I know when I say that, that's not narrowing it down a whole lot because all of those flying monkeys, the female ones over there, they all look like they steal babies in their part-time. I'm just saying, and they all time look like they all still babies. But I digress. Liz Jones wrote a article about Meghan and Guy. I'm telling you, Guy actually his death got more attention than those left behinds over there. Look at how many comments it was just about Guy. Over 1,000 comments. Some people over there could never, like I said, at best, their most popular, as they put it, royal kitty cat, she barely breaks 400 or 500 comments. And look at this is about Guy, and it has well over 1,000. I'm just saying. So Guy, even Megan's dog, can absolutely stir up more interest than those people over there. But I digress. Yeah, she wrote an article about Guy, and this is what she said. She said, Liz Jones, I'm so sorry, Meghan. You made me angry. Meghan made you angry about what, crazy lady? What did she do to make you angry? This is ridiculous. These people act like they personally know Meghan. If you go on X, formerly known as Twitter, and you go and see some of these trolls, some of these toadies, some of these crazy old bitter, old jealous, old hags that write and post on X, they talk as if Meghan has done something to them. They talk as if they know Meghan. This is totally and absolutely crazy. Talking about Meghan made her angry. Meghan don't even know you to make you angry. What is you talking about? And then it goes on to say, but now I see you have a heart. Meghan has had Guy for 10 years. So now, just because Meghan's dog has passed away, what about her dog living? Meghan drug Guy everywhere she went. Wherever Meghan went, Guy went. You think people who absolutely hate an animal is dragging that animal along with them wherever they go, loving up on it being a part of the family? How many pictures have been posted of Megan loving up on Guy? But all of a sudden, after Guy dies, she up there talking about now she sees that Megan has a heart. This is ridiculous. And then it goes on to say, I am not too proud to say I cried. Now, I don't know. I don't know if she cried or not, but to me, this is ridiculous. What are you talking about? Megan has shown she has had a heart from the beginning. You just wanted to believe something different. Megan has always showed her heart. She has always been a giving person. She's always out there creating a difference and trying to improve people's lives. What are you talking about? And all of a sudden, Guy dies, and you now know that she has a heart, a dog that she literally rescued from a kill shelter. What is wrong with you? These people are crazy. And that line where she's talking about you made me angry. Megan don't know you. And what she do to you to make you angry? Like I said, crazy, crazy, crazy. And this particular squatty said this. They posted that and said this. These people with their bipolar, well, it's a lie because her last article was talking all manner of nonsense and spewing all manner of bile onto Megan for no reason. And this is no reason either. Megan has consistently been the same person. I remember not long ago, it was a panel discussion. It was talking about Megan's, her cooking show with Love Megan, and it was on the Jeremy Vine, and they were talking about, well, they had these call ins, and this woman said the most profound thing. She said, Megan has not changed. It's the people around her that change, like Jeremy Vine and all those flying monkeys over there. That's what changed. Megan has not changed. And this is the same thing with this Liz Jones. What is she talking about? Megan has consistently been the same person. This whole cooking show is not anything different. Megan has been doing this forever. She had the TIG. And then before she had the TIG, she would go on and do cooking segments. She has always been interested in this lifestyle genre. So I don't understand what this woman is talking about, but I agree with this squatty. This bipolar. These bipolar people. But let me go on. It goes on. These people with their bipolar royalists aren't happy with Liz Jones now. They are throwing tantrums in the comment section of this article. Yes, they are throwing tantrums in the comments because she has flipped the script on them. She's saying that, oh, now she sees that Megan has a heart. And this particular rag has conditioned all of these fools that show up in the comments to hate Megan. And then all of a sudden you're gonna write this. Of course they're gonna go crazy in the comments because they are crazy. Yes, but I don't know what to make of it, but I do not care. I didn't care when she was spewing her bile all over Megan because she was an insignificant person and she was just a absolutely jealous old bitter old hag of a flying monkey. So I didn't care about what she was saying. But I know one thing, I was in there pushing back. But other than that, who cares? Who cares? These people are going to continue with this nonsense. I'm just saying. This comment was under that particular post, and it says, I think it was a squatter who said, do not fall for this woman. She blows hot and cold. I don't know if she blows hot and cold or not, but I know one thing. Her dental health is a disaster. Look at her teeth. Her teeth have absolutely divorced her gums. They have packed up and left. I have never saw gingivitis on full display like what is going on in this woman's mouth right here. I'm just saying, wow. All right, y'all, I'm gonna put this up and we're gonna start our part two of our series about Harry and Meghan, 5 years on. Y'all know that they had that big spread in the Sun with Arthur Edwards, just absolutely crying and holding his stomach. That it has been a half a decade, and they were talking about it had been a half a decade since Mexit. Well, they said 5 years on since Mexit, but yet and still they have all of these articles and this big spread in the Sun talking about and reminiscing about 5 years on since Harry and Meghan said toodaloo to those people over there. And the crying and the gnashing of the teeth and the rolling on the floor is still continuing. So, y'all remember yesterday I said we were going to have this series. We were going to talk about all the things. We're going to go back. Since they want to go back, we're going to go back too. So we're going to pick it up. Like yesterday, y'all know we talked about how Harry and Meghan took 6 weeks off uh, because it just wasn't working for them. They were absolutely folding under the pressure of those tabloids, just absolutely hammering them every day. And Piers Morgan on national television every day, just running Megan down, being downright disrespectful with everything that she did. You could see it in real time, this organized smear campaign. It was slowly getting more and more intense every day. And so Harry and Meghan just got to the point where they just could not do it anymore. They were buckling under the pressure of it. I remember, I think it was maybe a podcast two ago where I talked about this article where William was, had even leaked to one of the rags that he was so concerned about Harry's mental health during this time. Not concerned about Meghan's mental health, but Harry's mental health, watching his wife go through all of the scrutiny, all of the attacks. He was just really worried about Harry's mental health and how he was going to handle seeing his wife attacked like that. Never even saying a word about Meghan's mental health, only his concern for Harry's mental health. And he knew he did not have any concern for Harry's mental health because he was the instigator, he was the orchestrator, one of the orchestrators of this smear campaign. It was well known amongst everybody in all the newsrooms that William Kensington Palace was absolutely the people who was doing all the planning, all of the lying on Harry and Meghan. But and then gonna try to play himself off as someone who's concerned about his brother's mental health when he is the one who creating the chaos around his brother that's causing him to have this mental health crisis. William is on another level of evil, let me tell you. But I digress a little bit. But yes, so on January the 8th, that's when Harry and Meghan released their statement saying that they wanted to step back. They wanted to not be senior royals anymore, but they wanted to remain in the institution. They wanted to continue to work for the Queen, but they wanted to become independent. They wanted to get jobs like many of the other minor royals have done. Zara, like Beatrice, like Eugenie, like Peter Phillips, all of them have jobs. So, and still attend royal events. So that is what Harry and Meghan wanted. But no, they was not going to allow Harry and Meghan to do that because at the end of the day, they wanted Meghan gone. It was no compromise to be had because Charles and William wanted Meghan to be gone and Harry to be controlled. And that was the plan. So I want to refresh your memory about what Harry and Meghan's intentions was. It says, we intend to step back as senior members of the royal family and work to become financially independent. They just wanted to get a job so they would not be beholden to the news media. The news media could not say that you're taking money from the taxpayer, so you have to put up with our nonsense. You have to give us an interview. We have to be the first people to post a picture about your child. We own you, pretty much what the news media was saying, because they were taking taxpayer money. So Harry and Meghan thought that that absolutely would solve their problem, but they didn't know that they had a bigger problem. And the bigger problem was not just the news media, but their family working with the news media to try to destroy their marriage, trying to destroy Meghan, trying to break Harry so he can be controlled. That is what this whole thing was all about. And jealousy of this couple's shine, this couple's ability to bring in the eyeballs. And at this time, Harry and Meghan really thought that they could stay within the family. But then came the Sandringham summit, and when Harry got over there, thinking that he would have, be able to present three choices. One was going to be them half in, half out. The other one was going to be them all in. And then the other one was going to be all out. Well, when Harry got over there, he found out instead of three options, he only had one, and that was the highway. Him and Meghan only had the highway. And the queen, being her age, I really feel she was manipulated by Charles and William, because at the end of the day, it was Charles and William wanting Meghan gone. They wanted Meghan gone, and they wanted Harry to be controlled. That is what they wanted. And since they could not have that, and Harry was unwilling to give up Meghan, he had to go too. So it was the highway for both of them. And they felt that they could make it so miserable. They could either break that marriage within a year, or they absolutely would break them, period. Come back with their tails between their legs because they would be unsuccessful in being able to make a living. They would not be able to survive because, let's be honest, the track record for people who have left that firm, nobody has been successful in leaving that firm. The only person who has come close is Diana. And we all know what happened to Diana. She was being successful, but at the end, she got Diana, if you know what I mean. And so they really felt that Harry and Meghan, y'all remember all those cartoons they had? Harry working at McDonald's, Harry outside of Buckingham Palace gates begging, them camping out in the woods. They really, really thought that Harry and Meghan would not be able to make it. They have always underestimated Harry and Meghan. And look at them. Harry's life has not changed one iota. He has not lost anything. He only has gained. And so has Meghan. And boy, do that stick in the craw, those folks over there. But let's get back on track. So yes, after the Sandringham summit, they absolutely told Harry and Meghan that they had to choose the highway, and that it also leaked out that William had bullied Harry and Meghan out of the family. And they went behind Harry's back and released a statement saying, and signed Harry's name to it, saying that that was not true. William had not bullied them out of the family. Now, Harry didn't come right out and say in the Harry and Meghan documentary, when he was talking about this, that William actually had bullied them out of the family, but he absolutely let it hang out there long enough for us to put it together that that's exactly what had happened. And he never said that that wasn't what happened. He absolutely did. So, yes, that happened too. And Harry said when he told Meghan about what had happened, she just burst out in a flood of tears. She did. But they kept on. They absolutely, one thing that has been consistent about Harry and Meghan is they keep on moving forward. And that's exactly what they did. And then came the engagements, the last engagements that they did after they had took the highway, because basically that was the only choice that they had. They had been bullied out of the family. They no longer was in the family. They had no kind of support from anybody within that family. So they negotiated these final engagements, and we're going to go through them because they are good. They are good. All right, I'm going to put this up. And this right here is their first engagement. This is Harry and Meghan attending in London, attending the Endeavour Fund Award on March 5th. One of the first, I think this is the first of the last engagements they did prior to them leaving. I do know Harry did some engagements after Meghan left, but these are the last engagements they did as a couple. So, yes, this is Harry and Meghan at the Endeavour Fund Award. Y'all remember that night? Yes, they were beautiful. Oh, yes, and they gave them plenty to talk about. I also remember how the news media was trying to gin up discord among the public, saying, will they be booed? They might be booed. Y'all know how they did that. And they were absolutely hoping that someone would boo Harry and Meghan in their entrance, because like I said, this is the first of the last engagements that they did together. And no, that didn't happen. It was a crowd of people, and they actually was saying, I love you, Harry and Meghan. The British people, every time Harry and Meghan has showed up, they have always been gracious to Harry and Meghan. I got to give them their props for that, because let's think back to Invictus 10-year anniversary, how the people of the United Kingdom showed up for their prince. They did, and they were there, and it was so many of them lined up just to say hello. And that is the way they were this particular night. And the news media wanted people to be there to boo, and that did not happen. And boy, was it a magical night. I'm gonna put this one up. Look at Meghan. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, Meghan was serving face that night. Yes, she was. She was serving face. She was serving class. She was showing this is what a real princess look like. This is what the shine is all about. Yes, 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 Meghan. Come on through. Come on through. And then I'm gonna put this one up. This is the money shot right here. Y'all remember when it started to rain? They got under the umbrella, and look how good they look. Oh, they look so good. Yes, they did. And then of course, I'm gonna put this up. This is the famous picture that will always live in history of this particular shot right here. What a beautiful, beautiful couple. And right there, they realized what they was losing. They realized I'm telling you, for the first time, they realized that this was the goose that was laying the golden eggs right here. Because it's no telling how much this particular man made, this photographer made off of this picture and continues to make off of this picture. Because this right here is nothing but gold. Tell me this is not gold. Yes. And then, they were at it says Harry and Meghan had a great time at the award ceremony. Y'all remember that? Yes. And Meghan gave awards. It was just really such a wonderful night. And look how Harry leans on Meghan. Look how Meghan leans on Harry. I don't know. Seeing a picture like this, thinking that you will be able to break a couple this strong, you would be able to separate them. Harry let them know that in the engagement interview. He said, I choose her and she chooses me. And he meant every word of that. And look at Harry. Harry don't care where he's at. He is going to put his hand in Meghan's hand and put it on her knee, or she is going to put her hand on his knee. They're a team. And Harry said that in the engagement video, the engagement interview. He said, we are a team. And they both have not veered from that, not 1 minute. But look at that. Is this not a beautiful picture? Is this not a beautiful couple? Yes. And Meghan made a speech, and she absolutely showed them how to tie many, many, many sentences together and make them make sense. This is the modern day princess. What you got is mediocre. Now, you can try to tear me down all you want to, but the proof is here for everyone to see. I know what I'm doing. Look at Meghan. Meghan is on that stage and absolutely took control of it. I love it. I love it. And just show them up for the mediocres that they are. And that right there was the rub for them. That right there was the rub for them. They could not take the fact that this woman had come out of nowhere and showed them what true royal looks like, what someone who actually has worked to become something, and not somebody who has slipped out of a certain birth canal or slept their way to the top. I mean, Mattress City, if you know what I mean. Yes, I love it. I love it. And also, I went back and I found this article. I'm gonna put it up from this particular time. It was so good. It says, I found this in Town and Country. I'm not gonna read the article or anything, but just the headline. It says, "Watch Meghan Markle's sweet reaction to the surprise proposal at the Endeavor Fund Awards." He absolutely decided to wait to that moment in front of Harry and Meghan to propose to his girlfriend, and it was beautiful. Nothing like this ever happens with William and Kate. Harry and Meghan makes magic. William and Kate make messes. I'm just saying. And next came, I think, was my favorite event. I had a lot of favorite ones, but I think this is one of my favorite, and that would be the Mountbatten Festival of Music at the Royal Albert Hall. Y'all remember that night? Look at Harry and Meghan. What a beautiful couple. Oh my goodness. And it was some people who was absolutely choking on their tea and crumpets that night. Yes, because look at this beautiful couple. They showed up and they just absolutely showed that, yes, it is us, the goose that lays the golden eggs that you have ran off. We just came back to let you know and remind you these eggs will forever be golden. I'm just saying, look at this couple. And then look at this picture. Is this not a beautiful picture? And it says Meghan Markle and Prince Harry arriving at the Royal Albert Hall. Yes, I love this picture. Mm. And this one right here. I have never saw this picture before. Y'all tell me in the comments if y'all saw it before. But is this not a beautiful picture of Meghan? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it to death. And yes, this is what Harry and Meghan left them with. They didn't leave anything on the table, not a crumb. They gave it all and showed them this is what you're gonna be missing. And boy, were they right. I'm telling you. Oh, and look here. Oh my goodness. Tell me they're not beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yes, and this one. Oh my goodness. Yes. Mm. And them leaving. Look, Megan looks every bit the modern princess. She's beautiful, she's classy, and she has a megawatt smile. Yes, yes. And Harry is forever the gentleman. He is the officer and a gentleman. Yes, he is. Oh, they are stars. And I cannot believe that the UK allowed these people to run this fabulous couple away. Can you imagine what they could have brought to the UK? I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. And we all know what the green dress means. It means Commonwealth Day. Commonwealth Day was Meghan's last event as a senior royal. Her and Harry showed up in solidarity. They were in such solidarity that Harry had the same color lining in his coat as Meghan's dress. We have saw some of them folks over there tried to duplicate that. You know, William and Sophie tried to, not William and Sophie, I'm sorry, Edward and Sophie tried to duplicate that when they went on a Caribbean trip or something like that. I think Sophie had on red and Edward had the lining matching. These people are so unoriginal. I cannot believe how pathetic and absolutely mediocre these people are, to the point where they sit around and watch every move that Harry and Meghan makes. They put a Pinterest board up and just go just by the letter of what Harry and Meghan does. I mean, just they they don't veer. They don't even try to disguise it. Let me just say that. They don't even try to disguise it. They go right and do exactly what Harry and Meghan does. But I digress. Yes, this was Commonwealth Day, Meghan's last event. And we know this picture, this famous picture of them coming out of the church. And look at those faces. It tells it all, doesn't it? They absolutely mad. And my point is this: why are you so mad? I never understood why people would be mad when they get exactly what they wanted. This is what William wanted. This is what Charles wanted. They wanted to punish Harry. They wanted them gone. And Harry and Meghan said, bet we out of here. And we are going to leave with a big bang. And I'm telling you, these last events that Harry and Meghan did, they were absolutely just blew the roof off of that little island over there. I'm telling you. And these are the faces of the people that know without a doubt that they cannot compete. They cannot compete. But is it going to stop them from trying? Absolutely not. But the epic fail that they are going to absolutely experience with them trying to copy Harry and Meghan is going to be chef's kiss. We all remember that Jamaica came after this. But yes, look at those faces. Love it. Love it for them. I'm just saying. But Megan always have her she always have her game face on, does she? She absolutely never let anybody see her sweat. All the other ones, it's written on their faces. Even Harry is written on his face. But Megan, she has her game face on. Yes, she does. I love it. I love it. And look at this. This is when they were in the church. Look at Harry. Harry is not happy with these folks. He is not. I think this was the time I was sitting there watching. I'm telling you, I had my popcorn and Coke, was watching every bit of it in real time. And Harry was not pleased with these folks at all. And when William and Kate came in, they did not even speak to Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan tried to speak to them, but no, 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 no. They weren't having any of it, like somebody had did something to them, when in actuality, they had bullied Harry and Meghan out. They had done something to Harry and Meghan, but they could not even enjoy their victory because Harry and Meghan said bet, bet. And they have not missed a beat since. I'm telling you, I love it. Another close up shot of the faces who have won and still are just as bitter as they can be. Look at Kate's face. Look at William's face. Harry ain't happy either, but look at him. And look at Charles. What a failure of a father, unable to navigate his family in a successful way. He has such a pitiful and pathetic he just a pitiful and pathetic human being. He is. Y'all know I think Charles is trash. He really is. And he just proves it each and every day. I'm just saying. But this picture right here just speaks to me. And look at Megan. Look at Megan. Game face. Game face. I love it. I went and found this article that talks about what was going on during that time at the, with Harry and Meghan when they attended the Commonwealth. And I found it on Newsweek .com, and it was written by y'all know, Jack Royston, one of my favorite flying monkeys. Not. Let's go into what he said and what was said during that time. He wrote this article. It says Prince Harry feeling nervous to see the royals go viral. So he's talking about a TikTok that was talking about this, that was made, and what Harry has said in the Harry and Meghan documentary about this particular event and how he was feeling. And it says Prince Harry described how his interaction with Prince William and King Charles III and other royals felt cold. Y'all remember Harry said that? Said it was really, really cold up in that church when it came to him and Meghan. He was freezing. And it says during the final royal engagement in a clip that has gone viral. So this particular clip that I just showed you, that picture had went viral. And it says the footage begins with Meghan saying, the first time we saw the members of the family in public was at Westminster Abbey. So they had did all of this. Harry hadn't saw them since the Sandringham Summit. Meghan has saw them since forever, because she didn't see him at all. Because when she came back from Canada, and then I think she went back to Canada. Y'all correct me in the comments. I think she went back to Canada, and then they kicked them out of the family, and then they came back to do those final engagements. So Meghan didn't see them the whole time. It had been months since Meghan saw them. But Meghan put on her game face and absolutely served up the face. I love that about Meghan, and they absolutely hate it about her. They do. And it says, we were nervous seeing the family, Harry continued, because all of the TV cameras and everyone watching at home and everybody watching in the audience. It's like living through a soap opera where everybody else views you as entertainment. And Harry is pretty much saying, this is our lives here, but we all know you view it as entertainment. I'm just saying. He went on to say, I felt the distance from the rest of the family, which was interesting because so much of how they operate is about what it looks like rather than what it feels like. And it looked cold and it also felt cold. They could not hold it together that day. And like Harry said, their biggest thing is how things look, but they were so devastated. They were so into their feelings that they could not muster up the facade. They could not do the facade. It showed all over their face. And Harry said it looked cold and it felt cold, but not to Meghan. Meghan absolutely just put on her how did I put it before? Her megawatt smile and absolutely did what needed to be done. And they were walking around looking like they had ate onions. But Meghan absolutely she put on her game face, and she was the only one looked like, yes, I'm glad to get out of here. But yes, it was showing on their faces. And they quoted the Robert Lacey book in this article too. And it says observers also noticed that Harry's face was quite tense and unsmiling, and that William sat down close to him. He barely greeted his brother. Now, this right here is BS. This is bullshit, to say the least. Harry and Meghan, I was watching it in real time, and you can go back and watch the video. Harry and Meghan tried to greet William and Kate. It was them walking around looking like they had ate onions and like somebody had did something to them instead of they had done something to Harry and Meghan. So this particular book by Robert Lacey, he needs to stop trying to tell us not to believe our lying eyes, because I sit there in real time and watch how Kate and William and Charles and his horse behaved in that church. I'm just saying. And this article also said something that I did not know about. Well, at the time, we didn't know about the altercation between William and Harry. And it was talking about, after that altercation, that is when Harry and Meghan split off their offices from Kensington Palace. You remember when they made that announcement that Harry and Meghan was no longer going to be a part of the Kensington Palace, but they were moving their office to Buckingham Palace. And this is what it says. Following the altercation, the private office at Kensington Palace was split, with Harry and Meghan moving out to start a new office at Buckingham Palace. Reactions was about as expected, Harry wrote. The public groaned, journalists berated. The most disheartening response was from the family silence. William had went over to Harry's house, jumped on him, and the family said nothing. It was silence from them, and they knew about it. And they knew about it because they leaked it to Robert Lacey. People are trying to act like it was such a surprise. Y'all remember when this showed up in Spare, and they was talking about, well, he shouldn't have said that about his brother. Well, it already had been said in this Robert Lacey book. What is it? The Band of Brothers. What is the name of that book? Yeah, The Battle of the Brothers. it already had been written about. This altercation already had been written about. It had been leaked and told to Robert Lacey. He wrote it in a book prior to Spare, but when Harry wrote about it in Spare, all of a sudden it was such a such a shock moment when they already knew about this. The news media already knew about it, and Harry said the family knew about it, and it was so disappointing that all he got, no sympathy, no trying to chastise or correct William or anything being said. They act like he was nothing. You know, William attacked him, and all that happened was silence. And it went on to say they never commented publicly, never said anything privately to me. I never heard from Pa, never heard from Granny. It made me think, really think, about the silence that surrounded everything else that happened to me and Meg. Was it all fake? Yes, it was. It has always been fake. These are a den of vipers. These are a den of scorpions that absolutely sting one another consistently all the time. These are a bunch of people who does nothing but shank you every opportunity they get. And Harry still could not understand what was going on around him. The scales hadn't fully fell from his eyes, but it was really starting to. That his enemy not was just the news media, it was also his family, and his family was working with the news media. And it goes on to say, was it all fake? Was it all just a show? Because if we couldn't stand up for one another, rally around our newest member, our first biracial member, then what were we really? Now, Harry, you was who you say you were. But these people are fake, phony. They are just a facade. They are just fake human beings. These are the worst of human beings, shanking you every chance they get. Look at your shirt. You have been absolutely shanked over and over and over again by your brother, by your father, by his wife, your sister-in-law, and that old treacherous old horse, your stepmother. And it goes on to say, was that a true constitutional monarchy? Was that a real family? Isn't defending each other the first rule of every family? No, it is a constitutional monarchy. It's a firm. Just like Prince Philip said, it's not a family, it's a firm. And these people are the worst of the worst of the worst. And Harry had to find out the hard way. I'm just saying. All right, and I'm gonna put this up. And this particular squatty was kind of commenting and talking about after all it was over, how Meghan had to leave Harry and leave Harry there. Y'all remember they also booked some uh, engagements for Harry after Meghan went back to Canada to be with Archie. Now, Commonwealth Day was the last engagement that Harry and Meghan did together, but Harry went on and did some engagements by himself. This particular squatty believed that that was intentional because Charles and William hadn't gave up on the idea of being able to break up the marriage. That's the reason why they absolutely continue to have engagement, scheduled engagement for Harry to remain in the United Kingdom while Meghan went back to Canada. And this squatty said this: Princess Meghan had to make the final trip to Canada on her own, her freedom flight. They kept her prince behind in hopes to change his mind and even convince him to leave his young bride and son. The family had no idea how strong their love was. All they needed was each other. Exactly. And I agree with this squatty. They absolutely thought that they still had a chance of separating Harry and Meghan. And that is the reason why they wanted Harry to stay behind. That is the reason why they absolutely required him to do these engagements, and while Meghan was, went back to Canada where the baby was. They absolutely had that as a plan. But no, that's not the way it happened. But did they change his mind? Absolutely not. Look at this. This is Harry after his last engagement catching a plane and get the HE double hockey sticks out of the UK. And they were so desperate and so butthurt that they would not let him get on the plane and be in peace and go where his wife was. They followed him. They followed him. All these pictures, look at this one, him getting off the plane. This was them absolutely not being able to let go. And we squatties should have absolutely saw this as an omen that we had our work cut out for us ahead, that these people was going to be something to deal with because they followed him all the way back to Canada. They did. And here's another picture of it. Here's another picture. It says Prince Harry arrives in Canada to start new stripped back life with Meghan and Archie. Following him, not allowing him just to go on his way, and understand that you got all those left behinds back there. Why are you following Harry? Like I said, we as squatties, we should have known. We should have known. I'm just saying, we should have known. And also, y'all know they was hiding in the bushes and got this shot of Meghan. And I believe that this is one of the shots that motivated Charles and William to absolutely pull that security. Because they saw Meghan walking her dogs, living her life, looking happy and beautiful. And they absolutely could not take it. You see the men in the back, that's security. And this particular picture right here, it was all over the British media. They was hiding in the bushes, watching Meghan, taking pictures of her. I remember at this particular time on Loose Women, Ruth was talking about she looked beautiful, but if she want to get away from the pap, they papping her already. And that when she was in the royal family, she never got papped, but now she's gonna get papped all the time because she's not gonna have the protection of the royal family. How did she know that? And not long after that, security was pulled. I'm just saying. Tomorrow we're going to get into Harry and Meghan's life, well, the Freedom Flight, and we're going to get into their life in Tyler Perry's house and what happened during the time of COVID. We're going to get into that. All right, y'all, I'm going to put this up. I'm going to put up this cute picture of Guy I got too. Look at this, sweetest picture. RIP Guy. And look, he got a little poppy on his collar. Y'all see that? And look at that smile. That's the way I want to remember Guy. I do. I do. What a sweetie, I'm telling you. All right, y'all. I'm going to put this up. And y'all know what that means. If they mess with Harry and Meghan, like we are learning all of the nonsense that they did, we as the Sussex Squad will step in and eat your face off. I'm just saying. Bye.